theology and metaphysics. Our approach is from the black woman, who is the mother of Zedekias. Mother. Latin, mater. English, matter. That's mother. The primal substance of which all things are made. That's mother. According to C.M. Bay, the term Zedekias is supposed to be an old, ancient term. I can't prove that, nor can I disprove it. But I went to the library in Cleveland to verify it. And what I found was the Latin word Zedekias, which is the Greco-Latin word for zodiac. Very key. Okay. I know there's at least one brother in here or sister in here who has been calling him or herself this particular name. Right? Is there Hebrew in you? Okay, did you write this down? Okay. This is a Greek word. Dr. Yachanan gave the correct articulation of the word in his book, Black Men of the Nile and We the Black Jews. Haribu is the old African word. Those were Africans that saw them coming into the land of Africa out of the territory of Cush. How do you? Now, it seems pretty standard that Yachanan will give a clarity on a concept, but he doesn't give a definition of it. Okay, so you just have to assume that Haribu means those wanderers, those who crossed over. Well, okay. This is what this word means. That's what it means. Now, how can I prove that? Take out $1. All you only have $1. Pull it out. Look on the reverse side of the dollar. Now look at the design around the lettering and so forth. What do you see? All right. See it there? Okay. Now, now the reason we know it's her in terms of her web is because this is her web. What I'm doing now is squaring the circle. Okay. That's one square. That's 2 squares. That's 3 squares. The zodiac. That's her web. That's the zodiac. The zodiac represents the order of the universe. Not the solar system. The order of the universe. The universe is mental, says the Kybalion. The other key. The woman has 12 openings in her body. The male has 9. So if Adam came first, then he ought to have 12 openings. And he doesn't. Okay. This is Eve. Look at that word. That's Eve. 22. The master builder. The one who builds the house with no hands. That's Mama. Okay.
How you get 22?
That's what V equals. This is the letter V. That's all this is. That's the letter V. That's all that is. Hmm?
Yes, that long number you talking about.
No, those are Egyptian numbers in a Roman culture.
Yeah. You break it on down.
Right. I appreciate it.
Okay, really, you saying with the V?
Yes, sir.
I read it in some other book where the V, and I think it was the K.
The K is 11.
The K is 11, and the V is what, 22?
It's right up there. But I'm telling you what it means, where it's coded. And understanding the order of nature, not the order of system. You can't get a woman from a man. You just can't do it. But we know we all came from a woman. Zedekiah is the original woman where no man knows from whence she came. In Masonic lore and Moorish science. The Divine Mother. The Lord was angry at the daughters of Israel for having made canker cakes to the Queen of Heaven. The mother's so beautiful, she made God jealous. But that's esoterica. The hidden one is the Divine Mother. As love is nowhere in sight down here. We're almost devoid of it. And it's killing us because it's not here. But it is here. It's within, hidden. It needs to be brought out. Educare, educate. Draw out that which is within. Very important to understand the very nature of things emanates from the idea of love and wisdom. So that in your periods of self-doubt, you don't lose your perspective about the primal cause's concern for your existence. It's always concerned, 24/7. Is always interested in you, 24/7. That's the Creator's nature, to be interested, concerned, and helpful. From the point of view of love, we best then appreciate what wisdom, knowledge, and power is for. It is not to beat down, to overwhelm, to control, all that Western left brain stuff this white boy dropped on us. I think much of our violence is essentially out of fear and desperation. We as a people need to be healed. Okay, let me get back here because I don't want to lose sight. But you ladies, give consideration to the 12 openings in your physiology. They are symbological of your nature as the original blueprint of the functioning arm, leg, arm, head. Okay? Reminds me, let me get to this because I left this out before and it was supposed to be included in that part of the symbology. So I'm going to stick it right in here, right now. I think I am trying to find it. It'd be easier for me just to show it rather than try to draw it again. This is Islam. You want to write these, draw these, or write these down? Let me put it up here so you can see it, and I'll explain. Tape again. ISLAM, the crescent and the star, I, in reference to the higher self, the spiritual I, both in terms of divine ego as I, as well as the spiritual pineal gland I. S, self, the building of the Pyramid of Giza represents the perfect body. In terms of Ephesians 3:14, towards the unity of the faith, to the measure, to the knowledge of the Son of God, to the measure of the fullness of the stature of Christ. A knowledge of the Son of God, the perfect man. The structure of that man, his stature and his power. The blueprint of the divine Son is the idea of Christ, the Egyptian word for Christ, not the Greek word. The indestructible one is what Christ means. I, self-law, am master. I, self-law, am master. That's the science of Islam. That is not religion. Those are not Arabic characters. Those are English characters. Okay? Very important to make that distinction. Brothers in Orthodox Islam got on the brothers in Moorish science because they said they were perpetrating against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we have to clarify this until the brothers start looking behind the concepts to find the hidden knowledge. I, self, law, and master. That is what you're striving for. That's what gives you M-A-N, master, able, and noble, towards your divinity. G-O-D, generator, operator, destroyer, God. That's where you're supposed to be going. That's what it's about. That's why you're down here. To leave here with less than that is to have been ripped off, all the way off. Okay, because this is not our first time here. And if we got it done right before, we wouldn't be sitting in here. We'd be out there doing miracles and other wonderful things. So until you're able to do those wonderful things, keep meditating, keep studying yourself. It's a very excellent axiom in Drew Ali's little pamphlet. Brother man, my advice is that you go and study yourself. And when you finish studying yourself, go back and study yourself again. That's how deep you are. Very important to know that. That when you're talking about self, you're talking about God and the universe. They're one and the same. When you talk about divine nature, when you talk about the symbological representation of the message and the knowledge of the universe, you're talking about self. That's not selfish. that's wise. And we do need to be wise in this crazy era. Okay, you got those written down there?
What is it? 33, 3? 33 and 30?
Yeah, 33 and a third. That's when it's 33 and a third, that's Illuminati. When it's 333, that's what? Well, how much is 3, 3, and 3? And how much is 4 times 9?
36.
All right. And how much is 3 and 6? All right, you got the full circle. Again, that's science. That's the knowledge of self. The verse I was going to quote is dealing with that of squaring the circle. And as I pointed out, that gives you the concept of the zodiac and her web. Hebrews are the ones who crossed over. The stars cross over a point in time and space. That's the other level of the scriptures in terms of that particular period, which would have been the Taurian era or the Taurian age. Okay, well, I don't want to get too far from where I'm supposed to be going here with this. These 12 powers. "33 is a number of Christ, the vibration of the Christ mind. If it's in your chart, you need to get your chart done. You got something you need to know about. Let me I'll put this here. 20 as same with 22, the master builder. There's a spiritual power. When you find spiritual mastership numbers in your chart, in your name, that means you already have that power. You came back with it. Okay.
What about 11?
Yes, that's the first double number. It's the first mastership number of revelation, inner revelation, and the power of inspiration, among other things that we'll get to a little later. The 12 powers of man. A, you have 12 major organs in the body. And on those organs are 12 glands, major glands. Correctively, I'm supposed to have a pointer here. I don't have a pointer, so I'll use my finger. There actually are 14 major organs and 14 glands. There are 14 constellations in our universe. 12 were called out. How many disciples did Jesus have?
12.
No, he didn't. He had 13. He fired one. And called another one out. That made 14 with him. Mattathias, given wholly unto God. Judas Iscariot represents the natural fire in the vertebrae, the one that keeps getting us in trouble. That's Judas, the betrayer, brother. Okay. Yeah, well, he's replaced, which means spiritually your energy is replaced. In other words, instead of the natural biological fire, which is hot, you get cosmic fire. The fire you can't put out. The fire that cleans up the human man, the spiritual man, and the mental man. That's the fire we're trying to get to. You already got it. How to bring it up is the proposition. Well, let's get back up to the head here. We talked about the pineal gland, and usually the conversation is about the pineal gland in terms of its use in the mind. We're almost wholly impressed. If you concentrate on the third eye center, everything else will be all right. Well, that is partly true because it's essentially the general gland in the cranium head. But there are 5 of these. Let me at least show you the chart here. 5 of these faculties in the head, and 7 in the body.